Oh, shit. Hey, hi, hello, and welcome to the show. My name is DDare Bionic, if you did not know, and I am black with a brand new video. Hello, I'm back. I say I'm back as if I've been gone for a long time. I do apologize for not posting a video or an extra video last week. You did still get Mental Health Chat Monday, which you will get every single Monday because she's prepared for that. But sometimes, you know, the mental energy is just not there, honey. So I had to take a little time. And this, oh my God. So this week you will be getting in this video a double review. So I'll be reviewing episodes 7 and 8. 7 and 8? No, 8 and 9. 8 and 9?
What is the Sesame Street number of the day?
So while I do my little research, how are you guys? How are you enjoying Mental Health Chat Monday? I personally am enjoying it a great deal. Episodes 7 and 8. I don't know why I thought there were going to be 10 episodes in this season, but there are only 9 of them, which is very interesting. I'm wondering where they're going to leave off. All right, so I am here to review episodes 7 and 8 of The Last of Us. The last 2 episodes, like I said earlier, I apologize for not posting a video last week reviewing episode 7. And I contemplated doing like 2 reviews this week, like one of episode 7 and one of episode 8, but I have another review that I want to put out later this week. My partner and I finally sat down and watched Megan, and I wasn't gonna review it because all like the buzz has kind of died down about it, whatever. Anyways, I am not here to review Megan. That will come later this week. If you would like to see that video, make sure you comment, subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell so you get a notification every single time I post a video. I post twice a week. This week, you're getting 3 videos. 3 videos. Oh my God, who is she? I am on the road to 12K by December. That is 1,200 people by the 12th month of the year. So you've got time to get me there. Hit that subscribe button and share my channel with your friends. And make sure you're checking out Mental Health Chat Monday. It is the most important thing I will ever do this year. In my life, honestly. I hope to carry it on for a very, very long time. It is my life's work right now, and I'm very proud of it. So make sure you're checking that out. Anyway, let's get into the review. The double review. Ooh. Okay, so we ended episode 6 with Ellie and Joel getting attacked at the college, Colorado Springs College or whatever it was. And we see Ellie kind of drag. Oh, that is really good. So Ellie has tucked Joel away in this, she found this city or this little town, small little town, tucked him away. She's got him hidden down there. And so in episode 7, we pick up exactly at the end, or not exactly at the end of episode 6, but we see Ellie frantic, you know, trying to patch Joel up. He's like, leave me, I'm gonna die. This is it. Like, just leave me and figure it out. And she's like, absolutely not. So she like sews him up. Oh wait, I'm jumping ahead of myself. So in this episode, we get what is probably one of the most beautiful takes on the game. Episode 3 was really beautiful and really heartbreaking, and this episode was really heartbreaking in a completely different way, but more so just absolutely stunning and gorgeous. The visuals of this episode were absolutely breathtaking. Pardon me, like they were phenomenal. So we get this, what I thought it was gonna be was a flashback, and they weren't gonna say anything about what's going on with Joel and Ellie, which I kind of wish they had done that and then picked this episode up with where Joel and Ellie are, but I did enjoy the way they put so many like very important messages about the relationship between Joel and Ellie, and about Ellie growing as a person and Joel growing as a person, in the way they end episodes or the way they start the episode, or little things that tie into the episode. They really are doing a great job. So Joel is in the basement. Ellie is going up the stairs. Before she goes out the door, Joel has told her, he's like, leave me. Before she goes out the door, we get this flashback to before Ellie and Joel were together. And Ellie was at the academy. She had a friend named Riley, played by Storm Reed. Absolutely phenomenal actress. If you have not seen her, she's been in a ton of stuff. Hold on. She was in 12 Years a Slave. She was in... Why am I not just looking at that list? Her breakout role, I believe, was like A Wrinkle in Time. That movie was really good. She's in Euphoria, apparently. I did not know that. I do not partake in Euphoria. Not for any particular reason. I just haven't watched it yet. Comment down below if you want me to watch Euphoria, and I'll review it. She's in this movie called Missing that I've been hearing a lot about. It's kind of like a social media, like screen movie that I've been hearing a lot about. And comment down below if you want me to review that movie. But anyway, back to The Last of Us. So Storm Reed plays Riley, and we have obviously Bella Ramsey, who has literally, if anybody is still talking shit about Bella Ramsey or saying that if anybody has anything negative to say about Bella Ramsey, I know my first review of the series, I was like, I don't know yet. I know. Okay, I have been I didn't even need to be convinced because I already saw it there, and Bella has brought it out. Bella has brought the smoke, especially in episode 8. Ooh. Ellie has this friend named Riley who has run away. She's getting bullied. Ellie is getting bullied and all this stuff. And Riley comes into her room at like 4 a.m. and takes her to this it convinces her to go with her to this old mall. And she like turns all the power on, and she is like showing Ellie the time of her life. And it's a date. Like, it's not really expressly said in the beginning, and they take a while, just like in the game, they take a while to kind of build the relationship between the two. Just in this episode, this like 90 or however many minute episode, I don't even know how long these episodes are because they just fly by. They're absolutely amazing. They just, runtime apparently 55 minutes. That does not seem right, but whatever. So they go to this mall, and Riley is showing Ellie all these things, and they're building this beautiful relationship between the two. And if you played the games, if you played Left Behind, which is what this is based on, it's like a DLC for those of you who don't play video games, downloadable content. So if you played the DLC Left Behind, which I don't remember if I played Left Behind or not, but if you play the game, you play the DLC, you would know that in the end, Riley and Ellie end up kissing, and it's basically made aware that their relationship is more than just best friends. They keep saying best friends back and forth to each other, but they are in love. Like they're gay as hell. I don't know how else to put it to you, but guess what? It's still really gay. We love to see it. Shout out to drag queens in Tennessee. I see you all, and I love you. You are doing amazing, beautiful work. And I saw a post the other day, just a little side tangent. I think that might have even been this morning while I was doom scrolling. I saw a post that was like, I wish we had the older generation of queens with us still, like gay, queer people in general, that all, you know, unfortunately passed because of the AIDS epidemic, and like nobody doing anything about it and not caring anything about it, because they knew how to fight. And our generation knows how to fight, but oh man, it's getting hard out here in these streets to be queer, to be a drag queen, to be trans. So support your local drag queens, support your local trans youth and the older trans folks, and get out and vote, please. Jesus, please vote. And, you know, make your voice heard. If you believe in something, say it with your chest. I fully 100% believe that it is more dangerous for kids to be shot in school than to be read a book by a drag queen. And guess what happens way more often in the media? Back to the review. essentially the story of this is Ellie and Riley are having their last night together. Riley tells Ellie that she joined the Fireflies, that she's leaving to go to Atlanta, I believe it is, and that's it. Like, she was like, I brought you out so I could have fun with you one last time before I never see you again. And Ellie gets really mad. And then at one point, they're playing Mortal Kombat, which is a great little nod. They're playing Mortal Kombat, and we see an infected, because the whole thing of why they didn't go to the mall, was because it was allegedly swarming with infected. Well, there was only one. Of course, there was still one left. And he was like stuck to the walls, and he heard them, woke up. And it's crazy because Riley had been staying in that hotel. Like, she had been camped out there. Anyway, so this one infected wakes up, and he eventually finds them. But before all that happens, they're playing Mortal Kombat for hours. They get into an argument. Ellie leaves. Riley comes back. She's like in the little Halloween shop. They put on the exact masks that were in the game. So good. So many little nods. The exact masks that were in the game. They dance around, and then the infected guy comes in and bites both of them. And this is where that section of the episode ends. So they both get bitten, and they have kind of polar opposite reactions. Ellie gets really mad and she's breaking stuff, and Riley is kind of like, I don't want to say defeated, because her last words are basically like, whether it's 2 minutes or 2 hours or 2 days, like, we're gonna enjoy this last time we have together. They finally expressed their love for each other. They finally have kind of found a little bit of happiness in this really fucked up world. And it was beautiful to see that Riley wanted to have that time with her rather than, be sad or unalive yourself. Like, it's a really beautiful and touching moment. And then we flash back to Ellie. She's still standing at the stairs, and obviously this flashback happens longer than her standing at the stairs, but it is implied that in this time she's thinking about what happened with Riley and whether she could leave, and decides that, it was always known that she was gonna stay. And she finds a needle and thread, and she sews them up, and that's where we end the episode, with Ellie taking care of Joel. So that's episode 7. To me, episode 7 was very good. It was a beautiful and touching episode, just like they all have been. But I don't have any buts, really. Like I said in the beginning, maybe they could have not given us, an ending with Joel and Ellie, like what happened to them. Maybe we could have just had that, but how would they have done it? So I think the way they did it was perfect. To me, the episode was beautiful. Like I said, the visual imagery, the lights, the sounds, the guy, the infected guy in this one, beautiful prosthesis again. Everything about it was just perfect. Like, it was really, really good. I would give this episode an 8 out of 10, because it wasn't, I said perfect, but it wasn't perfect. Like, there were little things that meh, but this next episode is a 10 out of 10. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that right now. Spoiler the hell alert. This next episode 8, last night's episode, I'm recording this on Monday. Last night's episode is a 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. This episode was so... Okay, let's get into it. We pick up where we left off at the end of episode 7. Ellie has Joel. We see now that his wound is infected, which is, all she had was a needle and thread. She ain't got no Neosporin or nothing, so of course it's gonna be infected. And she's like, all right, I'm gonna go out and hunt. So she takes the gun, she shoots this deer. We open with this, like, I don't want to say commune, but like commune run by Scott Shepherd, who plays David, and Troy Baker, you may know that name if you played the games, who plays James. He is the original voice of Joel in The Last of Us. In the original games, he's the original voice. And I didn't realize it until like I said, HBO does these behind the scenes things at the end of every episode. And I didn't realize it until he said, I think it might have even had like a thing under him that said voice actor Joel. And I was like, wait a minute, what? And I really listened to his voice. I was like, holy shit, they really are bringing so much, not just the visuals from the game, but the voices from the game too. They are doing everything to make this world as immersive as they possibly can. And snaps. Great. Excellent. Amazing. So we see David, or we hear him initially reading the Bible. He's reading Revelations 21, I believe. Well, I don't know why I remember that so vividly, but he's reading the Bible to all of his sheep. He's supposed to be the shepherd. It's funny that his last name is Shepherd. And there's a little girl crying. Her name's Hannah, I think that's her, played by Sonia Maria. I'm sorry, I can't even begin to pronounce your last name. It Chapter 2, is that what I remember her from? Pet Cemetery. I guess it's It Chapter 2 that I remember her from, because she looks really familiar. Yeah, I think that's where I remembered her face from. Her face just looked really familiar to me. She is playing this girl named Hannah. She's crying. She's like, when can we bury him? And he's like, well, the ground, David is like, well, the ground's too cold right now. And it's frozen solid. We'll have to wait until spring, which is like, how do you wait till spring to bury somebody? Oh my God. So we flash back, and this is where we see Ellie in the woods hunting. She shoots this deer, beautiful aim. It runs away. David and James find the deer, but Ellie finds them, and she's like, put it down. And David is like, we come from a place that has a lot of things. If you need anything, we can trade for half the deer. And she's like, y'all got some medicine? So he sends James back to get penicillin for Ellie. They sit down and they're talking. And then we come to the realization that that David, we come to the realization through David's little speech that he's giving Ellie that the guy Joel killed at the college was from this commune place and was the father of the little girl who's crying at the beginning. And that's a whole other thing. I can't wait to get into that part. So this part of the game for me was creepy as hell. Like, of course they fleshed that bit out a little bit, but like when you get to what happens and you find out who these people are and what's happening with them, ooh, child. James comes back and David's like, lower your gun, James, lower your gun and give her the medicine. So they give Ellie the medicine. She runs off. They take the deer back. And then they go out the next morning, so we find out that these people are starving. It's wintertime. There's not much food around. There's not much game around. Their rations are running low. And the guy comes in with a big thing of meat, and this is before they come back with the deer. Which is venison, if you didn't know that. And, the lady who's cooking is like, what is it? And he says, venison. It's not venison. David comes in with the deer and he's like, y'all might have heard, we found the little girl who was with the guy that killed, I don't even remember his name, unnamed extra number 4. I'm sure he has a name, but his name's not listed here, and I'm not gonna go digging for it. Actually, I'm gonna go digging for it because everybody deserves to be recognized. So I think his name is like Axel, Austin, Andrew, Abel. Well, I went looking for it, but I can't find his name in the cast list. So we're going back to where we were. They're like, we're going to go back out and hunt for them, or not hunt for them, but find them in the morning. And David goes in and like backhands the girl because she talked back to him, or was like, we should kill them both. He smacked the shit out of her. And he's trying to put on this front that with Ellie that he's this kind and sweet and gentle man, but he really is not. He's actually horrible. And so in the morning, Like I said, they go looking for him. Ellie gives Joel a knife and she's like, Joel, there are men that are looking for us. I'm gonna lead them away from us. If any of them come down here, you kill them. And that's exactly what Joel does. So the one guy goes, so Ellie goes, she's on the horse. They shoot the horse. She falls unconscious and David takes her and the horse back to where they are. The other guys, I think Timothy and Villager, they all have biblical names, which I thought was really funny because, you know, they were very religious. But the other two guys that were with them stay behind, or other three guys stay behind. So one guy finds where Joel is. He goes downstairs to where Joel was, not knowing that Joel is there, and gets killed AF. And then the other two guys Joel finds, knocks unconscious, and then he's like, tell me where we are and tell me where the girl is. And then he kills them, as he should, because like they literally came there to kill him. So like self-defense. So we really expect for Joel to be the hero in this. You know, Ellie has given him this penicillin, so he's feeling better. And he, you know, braves the cold with this wound that's still pretty bad. But really and truly, what is amazing about this episode is how Ellie saves herself. So Ellie, this guy David, is basically coming on to her and being like, you could be a great leader with me, and being really gross and really R-wordy. And Ellie breaks his finger, and all this time he had been asking her what her name was and she wouldn't tell him. And before that, Ellie is looking, because they've got like a big butcher block in there, and she sees an ear on the floor. And that's when we find out it wasn't venison. I told you it wasn't venison. It was people. They've been eating people.
Silent breed is people!
Yes, we find out that these people have been eating their dead. And like, desperate times call for desperate measures, but ain't no way I'm finna chop up little Sally Walker. Like, it's just not gonna happen. I would rather starve. And of course, I've never been in that situation before. And obviously, it's a TV game. It's grandiose and whatever. But like, no. So Ellie's like, oh my God, you're going to chop me up into little bits and eat me. And he's like, well, I would rather not. And so Ellie then breaks his finger. And she's like, tell him Ellie's the little girl who broke your fucking finger. And he's like, what'd you say? How'd you phrase it? Little tiny pieces. And he walks out like a bitch. And then he comes back with his little bitch boy, James, and they are about to kill Ellie, about to chop her up. And she's like, I'm infected. And they pull her sleeve up. And of course, she has the wound still from being bitten, but it essentially is healed up. And they're like, whoa, what's going on? And she had bit David on the hand. And she's like, now you're infected. But of course, we know she's not infected. She's just smart as hell. So then we get one of the best sequences, both in the game and in the film. So she kills James. She stabs him in the neck, rip, runs away. And she's in, it's like this restaurant that they live in, I suppose. And everything, she takes the pyre and like throws it at him, the fire. And it misses. Everything's on fire. And he's walking around with his meat cleaver. And if you remember in the game, David walking around with the meat cleaver, chills, actual chills. It was so scary because you have to sneak around, and if you get caught, he kills you. Like, it's so scary in the game. It is so freaky, almost freakier than the freaking zombies sometimes. Like, it's wild. So we get that little moment of them, not little moment. He's saying all this weird stuff and still being really R-wordy and really sus and really creepy. And eventually she stabs him. He knocks her out. Not knocks her out, but like hits her. She's trying to get the machete or the meat cleaver. And then he gets on top of her. And I will spare you the details of that. But he tries to essay her. And she flipped shit, as she should. as she should, and she chopped his ass into little bits. So she was able to get the machete, she hit him once, bam, and it just kept going, boom, 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 boom. It was like a psychotic snap, which will happen in that moment. And the scene was so visceral. Like, it was, he says earlier that she has a violent heart, and in a way I didn't believe that when he said it, but also I did, because I mean, you just kind of have to in that situation of, you know, the world in that state. There's things that can kill you around every corner. You kind of have to just be ready to be violent. And the violence she inflicted upon him was well deserved, because you, David, you are horrible. So she kills him. She gets out, takes the keys, because he had the keys and had everything locked up. Takes the keys. She runs out. She's covered in blood, and Joel grabs her, and she's like, not again. She starts to freak out again. She's still kind of in this psychosis, and he grabs her and he holds her face, and he's like, it's me. And all she can do is hug him, and she hugs him, and he holds on to her. He says, it's okay, baby girl. Oh, oh my God. Oh, not a tear. It was so beautiful to see Joel and Ellie have that moment finally of father and daughter, basically, because he hadn't called anybody baby girl since his baby girl, and they have grown so close together, even though he tried his best not to. They have such a strong bond and such a strong relationship, and they've been through so much together that her registering on Bella Ramsey's face, her registering, that it's Joel, and then immediately just being like, safe. Like, you can see the safety in her face. And Joel, just the relief on his face. Good God. It was, the acting from the both of them was phenomenal. I mean, it's been amazing this whole time, but from the both of them was absolutely phenomenal in this episode. Bella Ramsey should win an award for this episode, because Bella Ramsey. So, and that's where we leave off the episode. Honestly, 10 out of 10, like I said earlier. What a fantastic series this is. Next week is the season finale. I'm so sad, and I hope they don't make us wait until 2024 for the next season, because I would be very, very sad about it. Very sad. I would be very sad. Cast me in the next season, please. I'll be a zombie. I'll be whatever you need. I want to be in the show. I want to be involved, please and thank you. Tag Naughty Dog, tag the creators down below, and yeah, thanks. Great, cool. All right, I know this is a little bit of a longer review, but like I said, I wanted to give you both of those reviews for both episodes all at the same time, so you didn't have to wait a long time for both. Thank you all so much for tuning in to these reviews. I really enjoy doing them, and I'm very sad that next week is going to be the last episode. So I'm gonna have to get some content to review, y'all. Comment down below some things you want to see me watch, or some products you want to see me try. I'm down to do whatever, because I got time, I guess. I don't know. And like I said, I'm on the road to 1,200 subscribers. I know that's probably a weird number, but 12 is my lucky number, so we're going 1,200. 1,200 subs by the end of the year. Please, I would really appreciate it if you like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you get a notification every single time I post a video. I post twice a week, so make sure those notifications are turned on, and get me to 12K, please. That's all I got for you. If you want to shop Lunatics Hair Color, you are more than welcome to. I see every single time somebody uses it, I get an email almost every day that somebody is using my code, so I really appreciate that. Thank you all so much. The links are all down below to follow me on social media. I'm at DDare Bionic on everything. It's called branding. Look it up, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.